Mic test. Testing the mic. Mic test. Mic test. Mr. Mic test. Testing my voice. It's just as important. Anyhow, levels sound good. Let's go on in. Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Country Fried Minis. I destroyed my voice a little bit. I took a nap. Couldn't sleep, and then slept all fucking day. 6 p.m. I got morning voice. It's awful. Anyhow, welcome back to another workflow session here on Country Fried Minis. This is where we do the work on the videos and allow you to see behind the curtains and check out what goes into the production here on CFM. We're going to be jumping back into doing some voiceover work for Thitania this evening. Hoping to get this video done in the next couple of days. Furthermore, it's a place where you can not only put your 2 cents in by suggesting lines in chat or silly ideas or silly pictures or all kinds of stuff like that. But it's a place where you can also show and tell your miniatures that you have painted. If you want to post over on the Country Fried Minis Discord and let me know in the chat, I can put them up on the big screen and we'll talk about them. Anyhow. Wish I could nap right now, but this silly shit is important? No, nothing important going on here. Now, let's see, can I figure out where the workflow is? Ah, there it is. Okay, let's hit this and let's go on into Premiere and see if we can't pick up where we left off. Also, still at work. Ah, yes. Yes. What if your work had paid naps and a napping room? Premiere's going slow. Little update for folks regarding the internet here. I have allowed Comcast to bully me into paying monthly to rent their official Xfinity router. Hopefully it will solve the problems. I've talked to no less than 35 people at Comcast. And they always say that switching to the official Comcast router will solve my internet issues, my upload speed problems. Which I still suspect is a manufactured issue to force you into adding $15.99 to your monthly bill. But so far, it seems to be working all right. It is working. It is working better. Lo and behold, you pay them for their proprietary router, and all of a sudden you have no upload problems. I thought about buying a new router, a new third-party router, but like a good router is several $100s these days, which really sucks. I guess they always have been. And I've gone through 2 routers of my own on their service. So a reminder, this problem has persisted across 2 addresses, 3 tiers of service, and 2 different routers. There are definitely some shenanigans there, but hopefully we can factor in that extra bit to the bill and no more issues. You best believe the moment I have upload speed issues, I will send this thing back to them. But so far it seems to be working. Anyhow, I'm going to try and not spend any time lamenting Comcast anymore. It was brought to my attention within the community that I can be a little fucking annoying with that. So I apologize to any of y'all out there who have been annoyed by my bitching here on the channel. And pardon me for my language. But let's make this a happy place. What are we doing now? Okay. Let's get back at it. Let me double check that I have the thing where you can hear. Yes, yes. Let's recap the last voice line section that we did. Right here. Y'all should be able to hear it. Let me bring this up and double check.
To build the highlight tones in our underpainted experiment, we'll continue the trend with a new hue. Our chosen hue today will be another apple barrel color, this time bright magenta, one of my absolute favorites. This hue will brighten up things into an intense warmness, providing contrast not only through tonality but temperature as well. Magenta very nearly steps fully free of cold coloration, and this bright variation on that tone imparts a pinkish heat to our lady's foundational glow. These few hues together will form an excellent foundation for future glazing work, which we'll talk about later. Hue.
Ah, yes. Now, was that the one that it lingers a little too long? What's the length on this? Speed duration. It stays on for 22 frames. Let's try reducing it to half a second and see how that looks.
Hue.
Yeah, it needs to go in, like, it'd be good to have it up there so people could see what's going on, but it also needs to be in line with what's spoken. Okay, so the next step here, we need to fill 5 minutes and 42 seconds through to 6 minutes and 3 seconds. So we got to fill 20 seconds with just a brief discussion of the what you call it, the Liquitex white ink. I hear a babink. I hear a babink. Mr. Saren Keldar has posted in the Discord a finished Tenchi. Oh man. Once again, those contrast colors, those speed paints really get the work done on Battle Mechs. It's really impressive how well they work. And it's crazy. Like that's what I would recommend to newbies at this point. It's looking good. I like your choice of the dark green to the why my brain don't work. The shade you've chosen of the green here, that it's so dark, contrasts really well with the gray. Nice choice of red in placement of panels. I see that you have possibly navigated applying the red without the pooling too bad. I'm really starting to think that this red color you've gone with here just is really prone to looking a little flat, and that's why the pooling issue kind of shows up a little more. Damn. Emery, you're grinding back up. That mech deserves a pop? Yes, I agree. Oh no, is it going to show both of them? Did it do both? Yeah. Double pop. Fantastic work, Slink. I can't wait to see more. I cannot believe the amount of work you have coming out of your hobby corner. It was a little more precise on the Tenchi since I was doing panels and now base coat. I really think I just heavy-handed the Sword of Light lance. Yeah, that makes sense. What's the brush you're using when you're applying? What size? I'm assuming one with a fat bottom and a nice sharp tip. Okay. It varies. I go all the way from 5.0 to like a 4. Okay. So it depends on the application. You don't have a one size fits all. I see. I do like a 4 myself though. 4 is a good brush. It's a big fat one, and I think most people would shy away from it because it's so thick. Alright, so finally we're gonna lighten things up with my favorite white paint in the form of this here Liquitex white ink. Liquitex. I'm gonna leave that in. More area equals bigger brush, etc. I mean, yeah, but I also find that the big brushes tend to have a sharper tip. Generally, for good coverage in large areas, I go in the 1-3. I like the 1 to 3 range. It will line it up without taking forever. Always like to use the biggest brush I can get away with. I think it's a big tip that, well, I start to say it's a well-guarded secret, but it's kind of like proliferating in the community through the bigger how-to painting channels. This stuff is magic and will make quick work of adding that extra shine from above that we need going forward. Almost like a zenithal effect. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. What am I looking for? Audacity. All right, let's plug this in right here.
Finally, we're gonna lighten things up with my favorite white paint in the form of this here liquid.
Someone honked a horn.
Finally,
my voice has not returned to like normality. I'm too low to do the squeaky Country Fried Minis voice right now. Sad. I have morning voice at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Finally, we're gonna lighten things up with my favorite white paint in the form of this here Liquitex white ink. This stuff is magic and will make quick work of adding that extra shine from above that we need going forward. Almost like a zenithal effect.
Okay, we can fill 6.5 more seconds. A few shots from above, a few squirts from above, and this undercoat is finished off rightly. You need like 6 shots and half a pack to activate your noise hole. Yeah, it takes about 2 cups of coffee. I think the largest brush you can get away with is less of a guarded secret and more of a forgotten step. It's such second nature, most forgot to mention it. Yeah, and you know, you raise a good point there, Slink. I've got some acquaintances who are trying to get into mini painting, who are like really basic, like never picked up a paintbrush in their life, basic. And you go out there and you look for like good tutorials for beginners, for like true beginners, and even the beginner basics videos fail those people. They fail the very, very basics. They assume you know how to pick up paint off the palette. They assume you know how to get your paint onto a palette. They assume you know how to clean a brush. They assume you know how to, hold a brush. I've got a friend who'd never painted before, and he didn't know you needed to shake a rattle can to spray. And I think that because there aren't many painters who have put up content with that level of basics, the community has really done a disservice. I know a lot of people who are looking up mini stuff already know this. Like, I'd say most people who consume Country Fried Minis content already know how to paint their mechs. But I don't know. I think there could be something to doing like a true basics. Yeah, I did oil painting and whatnot in art classes in school. Did construction painting, weather coding, etc. Lots of basics are the same. Yeah. Well, like, I distinctly remember when I was a teenager sharing the idea that you twist your brush as you paint to get more of it off on your models, and letting my brother know about that. And like, it clicked in his mind and he instantly became like a tier above where he was in mini painting. Okay. Just a few squirts from above and this undercoat is finished off rightly. Good job. No, not good job. What's it look like in the last few seconds here? Oh yeah, all over you. Oh, do we just all over you? Yeah. Oh yeah, all over you. It's not enough time. Wait, I need to do the whole thing again. Just a few squirts from above in this under. Okay, let's get that. Shout huzzah and have golden laurels coming down. Let's see, what do I have for that? What do I have for that? Where am I going? Change this name, assets. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. Stock footage, there it is. I've got some like gold stuff. Blue spark bomb. Some of these, I think these are the .mov files. Yeah, they don't show up in the preview, unfortunately. I got this one. I gotta do that one. And I got this one. I don't think that one works. That's like the A24 background thing. I'm finishing up a blood asp I printed, so it's testing the tidal wave speed paint on. It seems much runnier than the rest of the set. Interesting. I think the huzzah is going too far from. We want to make it sexual. It is a white spray from above. So I think we're gonna go with the oh yeah, all over you. But maybe like kind of really quiet. Oh yeah, all over you. Ooh yeah, what about it? Ooh yeah. That should be real quiet right here. Yeah, it's fucking cringe. Cringe. We're going for the cringe. Yes. Cringy. Yes. Cringe is indeed what we're doing. I think it's funny. I was discussing with, maybe it was another Nate. Those of y'all who've been around for a while would know that as I was talking up this Thitania project, the whole idea was to be a super serious instructional video, an essay on why you should paint a pinup model in your collection and why you should try hard it and why it's okay to have it in your collection. And I made it 50 seconds into the video before it descended into fucking stupid sex jokes. Are you sure it shook up good? Some of the speed paints have an opaquening agent that settles out. Achievement unlocked. Yes, yes, yes. Bring the cringe. All right, where are we at? We're in secondary video production. Yes. Voiceovers. We're gonna drop in Thit 10 right here. All right, that looks pretty good. We're only losing about a second before the next segment, so that's fine. Effect controls will copy our hard limiter here. And let's watch this back.
Talk about laters. Hue. Finally, we're gonna lighten things up with my favorite white paint in the form of this here Liquitex white ink. This stuff is magic and will make quick work of adding that extra shine from above that we need going forward, almost like a zenithal effect. Just a few squirts from above and this undercoat is finished off rightly.
Oh yeah, all over you. I think we need to we need to drop the volume on this segment right here. So what we'll do is we'll cut that out. And we're gonna do this at let's try -5. I want it to be like pretty quiet.
This undercoat is finished off rightly.
Oh yeah, all over you. Okay. Yes. Cringe. All right. So I was thinking we should add in maybe a talking head split right here. But I've got one right here. How long is this segment? So we're starting 6:03 in through 11:17. Yeah, we should add another one right there. And add echo. And add echo. And add echo. I could do... I do the large room thing.
Oh yeah.
That's way too loud. Let's drop that down 15.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that works. I think it was a...
Oh yeah, all over you.
No. Let's roll that back.
Oh yeah, all over you.
Let's see. Can we get away with an essential sound effect? How about the make distant effect? That also boosted the sound really loud.
Oh yeah.
I wonder why those effects make the volume go up so much. Let's try that.
Oh yeah, all over you.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Really. I don't think the echo worked. Just initial oh yeah would sell the joke too. I want it to be kind of quiet and not really there.
Oh yeah, all over you.
That's very quiet. Very quiet. Also, welcome Surveillance Wizard.
Oh yeah, all over you.
Pop. Okay, so moving forward, I do want to put in. How do I do the track forward select tool? There we go. I need to put in another talking head placeholder real quick. I think we're going to return to an earlier form with this video and put in more cuts back to me talking about the project. Okay, so we want our ripple delete tool. Is it this one? No. Can't remember how to do it. There it is. You just use the ripple edit tool. Okay. I too want to redeem a Popcat. It's one of my favorites. I actually don't know about it from the original source, if you can believe it. I know about it from watching another streamer.
Okay, so next up we have this segment. We're starting to paint. Um, Okie day. Okie day. With the priming and undercoats established, we'll move on into working up the skin tones. Today's project lies the colors found in this here Whiz Kids. Oh, what's the set called? Let's see. Whiz Kids Flesh Tones Vallejo. Is it just called Flesh Tones? How to paint flesh tones. This has been an alright set. I wish they were like full-size paints, honestly. My only complaint with it, to be honest. But it was an alright set, and I'm pretty sure I got it for like 20-25 bucks. I have another babink happening. Ah, yes. Updated just a hair, you say. We got a... What is this? A Comguard Highlander. Let's pop all these angles up. What's this white you've gone with here? I kind of like it. I use the Apothecary white usually, and it feels like it's a little more gray than what you've done here. I like the contrast of the two metallic tones here. I rather enjoy the simplicity of it. I was not a fan of white mechs at all, and they've really grown on me. Holy white speed paint with a white dry brush. Oh, so you've hit it, you've brightened it up. Yeah, I see that there's a dry brush involved now. Are your metallics also speed paints? Yeah, I was just asking that. Cockpit is the Blue Jewel Citadel paint. The technical stuff? Citadel. What's the stuff called? Soulstone Blue, this stuff? I have some. I bought them for, I can't remember what project it was. One of my clients requested it, so I took it out of the profit and added them to my collection. Got all three of them. I haven't really used it much, to be honest. What's your undercoat here on the Soulstone Blue? Yeah, I used that one and see how it worked. It's not bad, but of course, GW Plots Transformers says another night. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Looking pretty clean there, Slink. One thing of note, I see that like your spillovers are very minimal, which tells me you've used a lot of the speed paints and have a like really good idea of how to control them. I feel like that's something that beginners are going to struggle with when they first use the stuff. Either a matte white or silver base. Okay. I can't really tell in the photo here. Very nice. Very nice Comguard. It's not too far off of the ones that I've done. Let's see. Do I have photos of the... Surely I have photos of the Comguard. When would that have been? Tukia Day? No, I guess I don't have pictures here. I could check
When was Thitania Day? Is that really in here? I don't see it. Thitania Day. Did I really not save any pictures? Surely I got some pictures. Yeah, this one will work. I think the computer is struggling with that though, unfortunately. It's on that old busted hard drive. I may have to force close that. Anyhow, my comp guard were just Apothecary White. I can't remember if I did an ink wash, but then I used an oil wash to grime them up. I do enjoy some good Comstar. Man, I gotta paint some more. Well, I say I gotta paint some more, but I still have that whole set of 24 of them. And of course, if anybody out there is interested in buying them, don't hesitate to hit me up. Anyhow, thank you for the share. I really don't have much to say on that one there, Slink. That's looking pretty clean. Yeah, the contrast and dry brush method works really well. Okay, where were we at here? I'm talking about the WizKids Learn to Paint Flesh Tones. And then I think I show them all to the camera. Okay, yeah. We'll put out a few colors here. 80.042 Parasite Brown as the darkest shade. I like my mix cleaner, really don't like dirty paint jobs. Everyone has preferences, and as long as they're happy with their models, and who cares what others say. I think that's the biggest tip right there that you could give a new painter or Battletech enthusiast. That's all that matters. The only person that matters in whether or not you're satisfied with the paint job is yourself. Parasite Brown is the darkest shade. Up through 80.099 Cadmium Skin as a midtone. Doing a wash, panel lines, etc. really helps the mini pop to the table. There's some that look like they went through a septic tank before giving you the battle, and it's gross though. Yeah, mine tend to have that kind of feel. Well, maybe not that bad, but kind of in that territory at least. And then, of course, lots of griming. This model has like wet spots on it. Sorry, the model over here caught my eye. I thought it was leaking resin after all this time. Okay. What's next here? Sorry, got another notification. Thought it was something else. Up through 80.099 Cadmium Skin as a mid-tone. And finally highlighted to the brightest point with 80.003 Ale Flesh. Okay, and now, so we'll talk about those colors. We'll get them. Do we put them on the wet palette first? all right. With those tones chosen, we'll give them each a good old shaking up. A quick ride on Onilab, and then dribble a bit onto our wet palette, along with a healthy amount of water. We're intending let's record this and see where it ends, and then we can look into it. All right, Slink, it's time. Dual Slink 500. I saw that you built back up your points really fast last time. Ooh, gotcha good. Ooh, I got you good.
I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better.
It's flipping a coin. Let's see how many. I've got a lot of points off of you. I'm over 2,500 now. Okay, here we go. Okie day. With the priming and undercoats established, we'll move on in to working up the skin tones. Now, see, I just want to underscore the importance of punctuations. I left out a period, so I couldn't modulate my voice in the correct direction here. Wait, what? Gamble O. Gamble O. I don't think you can gamble letters, Emery. It is right there. Okie day. With the priming and undercoats established, we'll move on in to working up the skin tones. Today's project will utilize the colors found in this here WizKids Learn to Paint Flesh Tones set. We'll put out a few colors. 80.042 Parasite Brown is the darkest shade, up through 80.099 Cadmium Skin as a mid-tone, and finally highlighted to the brightest point with 80.003 Pale Flesh. With those tones chosen, we'll give them each a good old shaking quick ride on Onilab, and then dribble a bit onto our wet palette along with a healthy amount of water. One take. I did fuck up a line in there, but I'm just rolling with it. We need to get this thing done, y'all. I had planned on doing a little work off camera, but I ended up doing a social thing instead. Gamble -1. Imagine if it broke the system. Alright, we're gonna dunk in Thitania 11 and see where that ends up. Okay. That is acceptable. It runs way over, but that's fine. Better to run it over and then like go back and talk about the things later. Okie day. With the priming and undercoats established, we'll move on into. Let's mute that for a second, so I'm not blasting y'all's ears as I click back and forth. Let's go ahead and adjust the zooms on these things, and get all these shots going well. Okay, so I think we want to do like a subtle zoom out here. So what we can do is start this at 60%. And have it slowly zooming out. Emery, are you Satan? You got 666 biscuit coins. The man is Satan. Yes, yes. I have Antichrist number of the beast coins. Where does that actually come from? Where does the 666 originate? I'm curious. I need to know. Is it Gematria? Or is it actually in the Book of Revelation? Interesting. Okay. That's strange. Oh, okay. The Gematria reference is that Nero Caesar translates to those numbers in Gematria. Apocalypse of Saint John the Divine. Yeah. Everyone is attacked by baboons. Oh man. Is there is there a baboon video on Vecteezy? Oh, let's see here. I like the idea of chat getting attacked by baboons. Let's make sure our license type is set to free. Those are lions. Those aren't baboons. Oh my goodness. Supposedly Babylon is a code reference to Peter and the Bishop of Rome. Interesting. Look at this. Look at this. It's a puppy. Re-download. Let's do this. I'm gonna do something with this puppy here. Not right now. I need to get back on track. We need to voice this over, but yes. I do kind of want, like, if I could find a video of, like, baboons going nuts, I think baboons attacking chat is a really good idea. Nothing is immediately available. Yeah. I'll be on the lookout for that. The Whore of Babylon reference, very problematic. Well, that's maybe not super problematic on a societal level. Okay, I'm gonna hop up. I'm gonna fill my coffee. Gonna be right back. I'm gonna subject y'all to an ad break, and I'll be right back in just a moment. Knocking things over. I could have stayed. I could have stayed. I could have stayed. Oh my goodness. Almost there, y'all. Almost there. Man, I've really screwed up my day. That nap made Made everything feels like morning. It feels like morning. It's really screwing me up mentally. Okay, we're here. We're going back into it. What were we doing? We are adjusting zoom levels. So I did a little bit of a zoom out here. And now what I want to do is have these shots zoom in really subtly. So we're going to go up 5% on each one. So this one will start at 55 and end at 60. And then this one will start at 60 and end at 65. And it should be like a cohesive zoom through. Let's see. And then we want to do the same thing here, but yeah, we'll just do the exact same thing here. I think we'll go a little more subtle though. So we'll do 2.5% zoom on each one. So we'll start this one at 52.5 and then end it with 55. 55. And then this one will go 55 into, wait, yikes. Gotta remove that and then pop that here. This will be 55 on through 57.5. Nightbot reminded folks to come on over to the Country Fried Discord and share your work. Link in the description down below. If you're not already a member, it's a great place to come in and have chats about what you're working on and show off whether you're hobbying or playing video games or just cooking in the kitchen. It's a great place to come and hang out and chat and mingle with like-minded folks. We even do voice hangouts quite often. Come on over. You'll be a welcome addition. Our rules are simple. And our community is fairly free. I mean, it's literally free. It costs nothing. And free engagement's really where it's at. Okay. So continuing with the zoom idea, I think what we're gonna do is have this zoom out 5%. Boom. All right. Gamble 15 Quatloos on the Earthman. Quatloos? I don't know what Quatloos is. You drop a lot of references that are beyond me, Mr. Emery. But that is because I am I am not a learned man. I may have a degree, but that degree is in painting pretty pictures. Well, I guess it's more in understanding pretty pictures. What good is a bachelor's of fine art, actually? We're gonna adjust the zoom on all these. We're just gonna hit these with some variation. So we're getting different shots here. People need to see what's going on here. Damn it. That's correct. This should be 90 now. We're just adjusting these to create some visual interest as we go through the shots. Ola, party people. Well, howdy, Vandal Noir. You know, not to call you out specifically, Vandal Noir, but I was having a conversation with a moderation staff the other day, talking about how long people have been around, and I saw your comments ages ago. So I want to give out a hearty thanks for being a member of the Country Fried Minis community for so long. I'm glad that you find this entertaining, and you're a welcome face in the chat. So thank you for your time. Ooh, man, your biscuit coins are kind of fluctuating big today, Emery. Let me actually see, like, if I turn on Top Chat now. You know, oh, the Star Trek reference. See, qualities on the Earth, man. The gamesters of Triskelion. We have officially hit the point where chat is flooded with stuff. I never thought we'd see the day, but it's great. It's great. Another Nate says the degree lets you teach art classes at institutions that don't require educated or credentials. Yes. Well, so the original intention for my degree was to become a art professor, but that requires, what do you call it, post-secondary education. I'd have to go on for my master's degree, and I'm already 50K in debt. And well, that all started before the YouTube thing started. And just the idea of going another like 40-50K in debt to get a job that not only pays shit but would most likely require me to relocate really does not sound appealing to me. So now I'm really hoping to continue what I'm doing, ironically. It is funny though, at this point with the YouTube and the video art production, if I were to teach, it would definitely be a class on video art with an aim towards content creation. You're gonna make me cry, but because of my toxic masculinity, I'm gonna hit you back with the no you. Exactly. Boys don't cry. Not allowed. Is this shot also 65? No, okay. Alright, you know, while we're at this, let's just keep rolling through. And get these shots zoomed correctly. This one should probably be pretty zoomed in to start. Right here. And then we'll have it come out. What about that, like, the 2.5% thing? How's that look? Yeah, so I'm going to do a little sidebar here to point out. This is a really effective tool here to increase interest in a scene, visual interest, is where you do a very, very subtle zoom. Like, it's almost imperceptible, but it's there. So what is that? That's 2.5% zoom change over the course of 5 seconds. The only time a man should cry is whilst watching Rudy. I feel like I know what that is. I'm sure I would if I was reminded. If I synced it. I know I've seen it before. But now we're gonna come in here and we're going to just kind of give randomish numbers on all these shots until they look, you know, get the camera jumping around, create a little bit of interest shot to shot. That's too far. Let's go 80. Get as much detail as we can. I like this shot here. Well, I should have gone with one that worked on the bottom of the belly there. Bleh, somebody startled a skunk. Oh no. Producing no stream football net legend move, which yes. I recall now. Thank you, Emery. Let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. Alright, so we're just gonna keep blasting through these. No real rhyme or reason. I just want it to be two thoughts I have in setting the zoom here. One is just making sure it's not like a consistent and solid zoom in and out the whole time. The zoom shouldn't be going the same direction the whole time. It should be coming a few up, a few down, you know, kind of semi-random. But we're just varying it up to create a little bit of visual interest here. And I also want to try to avoid doing huge jumps like this. Let's see if that's too jarring. So this goes from 50% zoom to 100%. Yeah, that's too much. So what we need to do to mitigate that is we're going to come in and split the difference on that shot at 75%. This one is 65 to 75 to 100, and then this can come back out again. We can do maybe a 60 on that one. I do want to try to get my hand in some of these shots to really reinforce the scale that's going up. I guess you can tear up in the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan what old dude is at cemetery also. Yeah. You're also allowed to let it free when Bambi's mom dies and when the parents die in Land Before Time. They abuse and crush Shelby. It's tragic. Alright, so we've done worked through all this. I'm going to mark an in and out real quick. Mark in, and we'll mark out. And that'll give me an indicator as to where stuff goes. And let's talk about glazing. With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of the skin tones for our little pinup lady. This here aim of glazing was the original intent of this video and is overall the technique that we're gonna use today to really make some fine blends on the skin tone. Did I already say skin tone? I already said skin tone. Fine blends on the skin. We just end it with that. When Optimus Prime dies in Transformer 1988. I actually had never seen that before. We had a community member host a video night sometime back on the Country Fried Minis Discord. It was a good time. We basically watched it and had live commentary at the same time. It was really awesome. Basically, a little guy wants to play varsity at Notre Dame, and he's a bencher, only gets to practice, and they send him in to play after some player injuries when the coach has given up. Yes, I do recall this. Nightbot reminding folks that there are ways to support the channel beyond Patreon and YouTube. You can show your love for the channel with a fabulous t-shirt from our Threadless store at countryfriedminis.threadless.com. And actually, if you hit that up, if you do want some Country Fried merch, I don't care about the profit over there. Make sure to reach out to me and I'll give you a code where you can get it at cost. think you end up paying like 14 bucks for a t-shirt. Whatever their shipping is outrageous, but if you pick up a few, it's generally not too bad. Also, a reminder that I do commission painting. Check out the gigs on offer over at Fiverr. That's fiverr.com/ThurthanStudios. If you want to get your own mechs painted or whatever you want painted, shoot me an inquiry. I can work out a price that can work with just about any budget. You can also cry at the opening to Up. Yes. Yes.
I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better.
There is no one who does it better. Also, welcome Comstar Knight 36. Welcome back to another episode of Workflow, where we actually get nothing done, but we do get a little bit done. Okay, what were we on about? We're talking about glazing. We're bringing it back to the original intention of this video. Since our paints are thinned almost to the point of being washes themselves, we'll need to build them up in dozens and dozens of layers. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the extended the surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish. Taking advantage fully of the underpainting by keeping all the individual layers of paint super translucent. There are 3 specific scenes that make me cry. When Alice dies in Phantasy Star 4, when gay guy dies in the Desico, and the quartermaster woman dies in Van Dread. I know none of these references, Another Nate. I know none of these references. I'm so lost. I shall throw a flashbang at chat and run away while you're blind. I tried to hit the thing before and it didn't work. She gets better though. Okay. I have no idea what this thing is. All right, Emery, you're up over 700 corns. Video game, anime. Ah, yes. Yes. None of which are things that I do. That was a lie. I just lied to y'all. Let's see. To finish fully the underpainting. So often we see. Ah, yes. God, that sounds so good in headphones. So often we see YouTubers utilizing I got an idea for a video I need from you. Airbrush for dipshits with how to clean one specifically. I may have destroyed one because I got no idea. Okay, that's a good point, Vandal Noir. I have been toying mentally with the idea of doing some basics, some painting basics, and I think some short videos like 3 to 5 minutes long talking about like super basics would be a way to go. Though, you know, it's funny, I've been watching the analytics on my how to clean an airbrush short, and I've had very varied reactions to my choice of chemicals and methods. It's interesting. I think it really depends on the airbrush you have, so it'd be worth covering. Now, as far as like what is that airbrush channel? Airbrush something. Let me pop a incognito window to keep it off my my search algorithm, but I'll pull it up. How to paint fine lines airbrush. Is it Airbrush Asylum? Is that the name of it? Yes. This guy. God, that was loud. This fella right here, Airbrush Asylum. Big recommend. This guy's got really good tips. And probably will do beginner tips better than I can. So that is, here, I'll post in the chat. Boom, Airbrush Asylum. Barbados Rex. Here, let's post that as well. How do I spell that? Barbados Rex. Barbados Rex. Yeah, here we go. Some airbrush stuff. I'll post that in the one as well. Yeah, most of what I know about airbrush I've learned from Airbrush Asylum. And still, regardless of how much you know, the one thing you should know is that airbrush is going to go wrong. You're going to need to clean it. It's not going to work sometimes. Sometimes just a pain in the ass. And usually the answer is a super thorough cleaning. Okay. So often we see YouTubers utilizing zenithal highlights and then blasting over that fine effect with opaque paints, effectively undoing any benefit that the shaded prime job would impart. We'll avoid that today by dipping our toesies into some serious glazing efforts. Howdy, Peganeko. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a little voiceover today. Putting in as many sexual innuendo as possible. Being real cringe with it. Because we are painting that pinup. You know, that pinup I painted like a year ago almost. It has been over a year since I teased this video. Also, you know, I would just want to point out that I'm drinking coffee from my Peganeko mug. It's too good, too good. We'll avoid that today by dipping our toesies into some serious glazing efforts, building up color where we want it. That's interesting. You write the script as you're editing. Yes, indeed. So my method here, the first step is I'll cut down all the shots. I'll cut down all the shots that I'm after. And here, let me put it together. What's going on here? Fit. We'll cut down all the shots to make them kind of line up and pick out what I'm after. And then the script happens in the moment. And we try to fit it. Most of the time it fits. And I find that Well, the workflow's kind of evolved with these streams because I started doing this as a way to twofold. There's a twofold intention behind the workflow stream. One is to keep me glued to the computer and actually do some work and not let my ADHD drive me all over the place. And to farm content out of it. And that has kind of evolved into this whole, like, this very silly thing where people put in their input. Like this scene right here, for instance. Let's put the sound back on. I needed a... Well, we'll see it right here.
For what we're achieving here. So a few droppy doos of GW Black Legion contrast will dip that color into a deeper shade for our shading purposes.
Ice gold blue.
So that right there happened because Iron Elemental said that we should do the Mr. Freeze reference again, and I couldn't do the accent, so he sent me this video, and in the moment we added that in. And now he's on Thitania's body, doing the thing. You need to add some ears and paint a pink nose on that UV lamp to make it look like a panda. It is a panda though. Toofy is a panda. Toofy is a panda. Do I have a shot that shows the whole thing? It has ears. Oh, did I guess I didn't show Toofy to the camera this time. Toofy is a panda. Yeah, see? You can kind of see it there. It's got the ears on top. It's also filthy. I kind of exploded paint all over it when I did the 10-minute minis intro. Was Iron's face on Thitania? Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, this is accurate. Yeah, so the workflow sessions have become this place where chat basically destroys my videos and we do sex jokes the whole time. Cringe, but that's fine because sex sells, and we're painting a sexy pinup, and we're really gonna test it with this video. We got some fun stuff. That said, we're only 6 minutes and 44 seconds into the voiceover, and the length of the video is 29:59. So I'm really hoping to make this work. I may very well cringe and free. Yeah, exactly. Embrace the cringe, to some degree. Like we're still somewhat serious here, but yeah, it's become this. Oh, there we go. Slink. This thing finally loaded up. I forgot I had it open. My Comstar mechs are pretty much the same deal. Oh, shit. I don't know what it just tried to open up. I'm going to close that. It's just Apothecary White contrast paint, maybe a little bit of white highlighting. I don't think I did highlight those. And then some oil wash over top. Okay, so we'll avoid that today by dipping our toesies into some serious glazing efforts, building up color where we want it, but also leaving those undertones showing where we want where we need. Admittedly, this style of painting moves firmly into the territory of fine art. Territory of fine art. Utilizing. Have I already dropped a utilizing? I've already dropped a utilizing. We need a different word. Taking advantage of developed understanding of light and shadow.
I don't say this to dissuade you from trying your own hand at glazing down a sexy pinup. Quite to the contrary. I'm here to encourage you to utilize your own artistic experience in painting up some minis outside the normal purview of GW formulaic all over edging. There we go. Emery made a pan of lasagna with 20 layers and gave 7 slices to Vandal. 25 trays of lasagna have been given. That is like a reasonable lasagna. That is a very reasonable lasagna. All right, let's see how much of this we can get through and then see how long that goes. If we already applied this audio here, dribble a bit onto our wet palette. Give them each a good old shaking, quick ride on OniLab, and then dribble a bit onto our wet palette along with a healthy amount of water. Yeah, okay, we got all that. All right, so we can select all this. Boom, get rid of that. That's a lot of lasagna. Was that 25 trays have been handed out? Topo Chico's only 8% moist. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I have a babink. Is that a post in Country Fried Minis? It is. It is, and that is not a great pick, as you say, Saren Keldar. It's the Blood Asp with, what was the color you said it was? Tidal Blue? I see it does. You know, I start to say it's done the pooling effect. I don't think it's done a pooling effect. I think I see exactly what you're talking about, that it's a thinner color than the others. I do really love this blue on blue striped effect you have going on. Man, what has the Blood Asp got? Blood Asp Sarna. What are we looking at here? 2 Gauss Stripers, 4 heavy medium lasers, 2 medium pulse lasers, streak SRM 6. That is a fabulous mech. Absolutely fabulous. Let's see that original art. 3060. Do I have that book? I do have that book. Let's see. It's got to be in the Clan Tech. Ursus, Stooping Hawk, Matador, Predator. Ooh, that's a fucking cool mech. That's a real cool mech. Where's it at? Guillotine 2C, Novacat, Orion 2C, Canis, Thunder Stallion. There it is, Blood Asp. Wow. Page 183 in 3060 book. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Man, I love that old work. And that's a plug. Matte plug piece. Very nice. I digs it. I think I have a Blood Asp somewhere in my collection. I modified this model to reflect the custom configuration. 2 ERPPC, 6 medium pulse, 3 in each arm, and it moves 463. Basically a custom variant Omni commit for the 8. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's a snazzy mech, indeed. Tidal Wave, yes. Not the Discord dude, yes. The Discord dude, indeed. Yeah, part of the workflow sessions is, I guess, a little bit stolen from your stream setup, Pega, where it's kind of become a show and tell. I haven't really implemented like a do it at the end of the stream, but if people have things they want to share, and post them over on the Country Fried Minis Discord. We'll put them up on the big screen and we'll talk about it. We'll probably even critique your work. I think it has ECM too. Interesting. Snake in a can? Snake in a can would be a good redeem. A nice surprise one. All right, let's get back on this here. With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of the skin tones for our little pinup lady. I'm not going to try to do this all in one go. Can we do it in one go? I am going to try to do it in one go. Here we go. Can we do it, chat? Can we do it? With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of the skin tones for our little pinup lady. This here aim of glazing was the original intent of this video, and is overall the technique that we're going to use today to make some really fine blends on the skin. Since our paints are thinned almost to the point of being washes themselves, we'll need to build them up in dozens and dozens of layers. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish, taking advantage fully of the underpainting by keeping all the individual layers of paint super translucent. So often we see YouTubers utilizing zenithal highlights and then blasting over that. I love sirens. I love sirens. I love sirens. I love living downtown and trying to do voiceover. This is why we don't do it all in one take. I was gonna make it through that whole thing too, but that fucking asshole cop needed to run the red light. Meth dealer trouble next door. Yeah, indeed. Well, actually, the meth dealer lives in 505 on the 5th floor, and his customers stand 10 feet down to the street under my window and shout up at the guy to come down and wake me up out of my sleep. I actually got woke up at 6:30 this morning with that guy yelling for his meth dealer. I hope they both overdose. That's dark. That's evil. And that's how I honestly feel. Alright, let's try again. Hopefully this time we won't get halfway through and a siren get turned on so they can run through a red light. With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of the skin tones for our little pinup lady. This here aim of glazing was the original intent of this video, and is overall the technique that we're going to use today to really make some fine blends on the skin. Since our paints are thinned almost to the point of being washes themselves, we'll need to build them up in dozens and dozens of layers. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish, taking advantage fully of the underpainting by... Okay, we can't do this in one take because I mean, we're gonna have some brake squeal or some shithead in a hot rod slamming his motor. Yeah, just all the people who need lots of attention as they drive by will go by because I'm trying to record. So we got to do this sentence by sentence. With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of the skin tones for our little pinup lady. Let's just have all these unnatural breaks. Sound dampening stuff. I don't think there's anything I can do. Unfortunately, a lot of these like motor noises and sirens just like pierce through even the windows. Like I need to fully isolate this area with like a hood and stuff. It's more effort than it's worth. The way to deal with it is just to record 2 seconds of the audio at a time, and that way I don't have to redo 30 seconds when the cars go by. Also, it's uncanny. It's like it's so remarkable It'll be nice and quiet. It doesn't matter what time of day. The second you press that record button, traffic noise, bam, every single fucking time. Even at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's fucking crazy. And honestly, I never cared all that much. But heck, even living downtown didn't make me hate the muffler noises so much. But doing YouTube and trying to record voiceover makes me despise motorcycles, hot rods, mopeds, sirens, all that bullshit. Even the squeaking of like every single truck that goes by has the really squeaky brakes, like the big trucks, and it's like that never bothered me until trying to do voiceover. But it's fine. We just got to pivot. We can't flex and do a full voiceover in one go. We have to break it down in 5-second segments. This here aim of glazing was the original. And then you get flustered and can't do your lines. This here aim of glazing was the original intent of this video, and is overall the technique that we're going to use today to really make some fine blends on the skin. It's fine though. We'll cut this down and it'll allow us to get the right inflection and balance things off. Shut up, woman, get on my horse. Oh my god. I'm surprised we haven't heard that that guy with the Harley and the super loud radio system during the streaming today. He usually drives by a couple times a day. I only heard him this morning at about 6:25 a.m. Bumping some like really sexual R&B music that was at least 50 decibels louder than his Harley's motor. Dozens and dozens of layers, right? That's what we did. Really make some fine blends on the skin. We haven't done dozens and dozens of layers. Okay. Since our paints are thinned almost to the point of being washes themselves, we'll need to build them up in dozens and dozens of layers. And then we stop and we keep going. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish. Taking advantage... Air brakes. I still need to install that noise isolation thing that was recommended me. I keep forgetting about it. Unfortunately, I have goldfish brain, and like if it's not in my immediate, right now, this moment, it's gone. It does not stick in my brain. Where were we at? What's the last words? Like I can't even remember the last line we did, and that was what, like 45 seconds ago? Dozen later. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the surplus of stroke... Discord notification sound. And that does pick up for some reason. Just like perfectly. What do we have here? A better picture of our... We have a muscle car going by is what we have. Better picture of our blood asp. Yeah, much better picture. Would you say this was 2 ERP? Yeah, I see it now. 2 ERPPCs, and then the 6 pulse lasers. Yeah, dude, I love this blue on blue striping. Very nice. Very nice make. Also, like, I want to comment once more that your 3D prints come out super crisp. I don't know what you're printing on, but it's fantastic. Let me grab some coffee real quick. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Be right back. Clear my throat. I'm talking, I feel my throat seizing up a little bit, so I need some coffee to wet my whistle, if you will. Let's see. We got some ERPPCs. We got some green in the lasers. We got some nice
Nice patterning. I think you've done a pretty decent job of keeping these strokes fairly random here. And that's really the goal here when working on camo. Yeah, and the pooling's not an issue on this at all. Like you give a little bit here, but that's like as intended. You're not getting the surface pooling where it like muddies up in an area. Sorry about beeping your voiceover. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. If anything, all these interruptions to voiceover is lessons in chilling the fuck out. Redeem street noise. Interesting. I could just take like a recording of a vehicle being stupid loud. If I happen to catch one, I'll make something out of it. And this is great. I think your cockpit coloration's a little dark, honestly, but it does provide nice contrast to the very light blue. I think if you wanted to take this a step further, just like a simple little brightening highlight in the bottom right corner would be the way. Though, honestly, I can't judge too much off of a picture because in person really tells the tale more than anything. Man, I kind of really want to print up a blood asp now. I use gunmetal instead of shining silver. Think I prefer this. Yeah, I agree. I have the what's it called? Jet reactor or jet engine Tobera reactor. Vallejo model air color metallics. And I like that color, but it's usually not bright enough. Mars 3. Mars 3, you said. Mars 3 3D printer. What's a Mars 3? Let's check out a Mars. Damn, that's cheap. Holy moly. I am really shocked. All right, so just want to point out to y'all right now, if you're in the market for a 3D printer, Mars 3 on Amazon right now. Mars 3 on Amazon, 4K printer, $149.99. That is dirt fucking cheap. And here, in fact, let's just do a PAL. Copy. How do I copy this? We'll pop a link in the chat. Bam. That's an affiliate link. If any of y'all watching this, especially after the fact via the algorithm, make sure to check the live chat playback and check out the Amazon link if you're interested in picking up an Elegoo Mars 3 3D printer for $149.99 off of Amazon. That affiliate link will not cost you anything extra, but toss a few pennies my way. I'm actually, not gonna lie, I'm very tempted to just hit the buy button myself, but not gonna do that. Nope, gonna save the money, but that is a damn fine price. That's about the price that I keep recommending people for the Frozen. But yeah, I can't. I just got the aluminum. This is the brightest. If I need it darker, I need. Oh yeah. I use silver as a base coat for the cockpit. It's what I did on my Victor, etc. All my Merc unit yet. Yeah, I think you got it a little too dark on the blood asp there, but it's fine. It's a decision. Dozens and dozens of layers. I started to hit the button and I hear traffic. I promise y'all, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm hearing it. It's picking up on this because it's just raw mic input. The noise cancellation for OBS, though, does a really good job in removing it. So if I could figure out whatever that plugin is and apply it to Audacity, that'd be awesome. Okay, here we go.
Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish, taking advantage fully of the underpainting by keeping all the individual layers of paint super translucent. We're just going to wax poetic about glazing and then put it over top of the video. I mean, I don't necessarily need step-by-step instructional as the model's going. You can see with your eyes what we're doing. They're up to the Mars 5. It's on pre-order right now for 180 bucks. Why is it so cheap? I had no idea Elegoo was so inexpensive. Nate says he's got the aluminum. It mixes real good with standard acrylic paints to add that automotive sparkle like I've done on my bubblegum girls. Yes. Yes, I need to paint those myself. That'll be for a fun video at some point. I have so many video ideas, but you'll see how much effort goes into each of these. It's funny to me that the Country Fried Minis became this streaming platform more than anything. So often we see YouTubers utilizing zenithal highlights and then blasting over that fine effect with opaque paints, effectively undoing any benefit that the shaded prime job would impart. We'll avoid that today by dipping our toesies into some serious glazing efforts, building up color where we want it, but also leaving those undertones showing where we need. Admittedly, this style of painting moves firmly into the territory of fine art, taking advantage of... Did I already say taking advantage? Taking advantage. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. We need to change taking advantage. What do you call those phrases that string thoughts together? The Mars 3 for resin and the Neptune 2S for FDM Elegoo products have worked really well for me. A shining endorsement for Elegoo from Slink. Connecting statements. Yeah, I need where's that second? I think what we'll do, necessitating a developed understanding of light and shadow. Transitional statements, yes. Mars 3 is about 9 by 9 in footprint, also about 18 or 19 inches tall in case anyone wanted to know the size. 9 by 9 and 18 tall. Should be really careful too, Slink, telling people your size up front. It's always better to leave it a surprise. You get it? That's a penis thing. Okay. So where did we end off there? Showing where we need. Admittedly, this style of painting moves firmly into the territory of fine art, necessitating a developed understanding of light and shadow. I don't say this to dissuade you from trying your own hand and... Man, if I could just type... If I could just fucking type... I don't say this to dissuade you from trying your own hand as glazing down. Your own hand at glazing down. Yes. One more time. Showing where we need. Where was that? Showing where we need. I hear a Harley coming down the street. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we losing frames? No? I don't have any loss. Did y'all get any loss? I'm buffering here on YouTube. I really like my Halo 1 Pro now that I've got its quirks figured. Halo 1 Pro. It's a little more expensive. Just a little bit more expensive. Looks like you can get a used one for about 200 bucks though. Wait. That's interesting. Creality.com and Creality3Dofficial.com have a vastly different price on this thing. You're good, okay. I think it's just me. I think it's YouTube underperforming. Yikes. A reminder again from Nightbot that I did commission painting. If you want to get your things painted up on stream even, make sure to check out my gigs on offer over at Fiverr.com. I can also do custom things as well. Ah, yes. All right, where were we at? Showing where we need. Showing where we need. Showing where we need. Boom. There's a street sweeper outside. Weird to have a street sweeper going down at 7:44 at night. That's a little early. Usually they're out at 3 in the morning. So in the meantime, let's cut down some shots here while the noise subsides. I kind of like this shot, how we have it here. Let's start it at a 55 and shift it over to the left a little bit. And we'll have it zoom in 5% over the course of this. If I had to get an entry filament today, I'd get the Neptune 3 Pro for like 170 or so. 2S is nice, but no auto leveling like the 3. I think I got it for like 120 though. If I had to do another entry level, knowing what I know, I would skip entry level entirely. I think entry level filament printing can really set you up for failure, and the amount of research and tinkering that I've had to do with my Cobra Go has been really, really bad. That said, it is a really nice entry level with auto leveling. If you know a bunch about FDM printing and got this, it'd be a worthwhile addition to your assets. But I honestly think that with resin printing, entry level's the way. You get a nice entry level because they're kind of foolproof. You hit it and go. At least with certain brands. The Photon not so much, but this Frozen Sonic Mini, supreme machine. The FDM printing, I'd say skip entry level and go with a more expensive printer with all the bells and whistles to help you. They might have to skip some blocks. It's Friday, so there could be lots of parking violations. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. It's unusual to hear them so early. The Neptune's basic plug and play. Biggest issue I had, didn't have it on the right power setting. Interesting. I think the traffic has subsided enough. Let's try to get this going again. And then I think we're still at the same. Okay, yeah. Admittedly, this style of painting moves firmly into the territory of fine art, necessitating a developed understanding of light and shadow. I don't say this to dissuade you from trying your own hand at glazing down a sexy pinup model. Quite to the contrary, I'm here to encourage you to utilize your own artistic experience in painting up some minis outside the normal purview of GW formulaic all-over edging. Damn, that was one breath. I almost ran out of steam there. Cobra and Viper were a big step up from Ender 3 and Flash or Tarantula in the CR10s. You just flip the switch over to US power. Exactly. Funny. All right, let's export this audio as Thit12. Thit12. And we can pop this in and see where it ends us. That actually should cover a lot of what we were just... Yeah, look how far that goes into the... Fucking awesome. Okay, I think we're about halfway through it. Maybe 30% through this segment. Cobra and Viper, big step up. What is the Flash? I saw the Tarantula. I've seen that before. New big deal and easy startup FDM is the Kiddy.
Kitty Tech one, the Q10. Kitty Tech Q10. Q1, I see. Kitty Tech Q1 Pro 3D printer. $449. See, yeah, and I hate to like agree, but like $500 is probably the better price when dealing with a 3D printer. And honestly, just like as a rule of thumb, I feel like something with a full enclosure is probably already going to be higher quality than this like skeleton frame style. Full auto calibration, yeah. Active chamber heating, print right out. This is what you want right here. Print right out of the box. It's another Bamboo clone, yeah. I mean, seeing what I've seen about the Bamboo, I think the Bamboo is a good place to go. FDM printing for a beginner, you definitely want print right out of the box capability. It's more the comparison of bed slinger versus Core XY. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's see here. We actually could cut these clips down and make this look all right now. Excuse me. Let's cut these down and then play this back and see how that all lines up. All right, so I did want to talk about digging into the shadows, but you know, it's fine. You can see what's going on here. Bed slingers, the print bed moves back and forth. Core XY is all movement in the filament arm. Got you. Got you. All right, we did 75 here, so we're going to come into a 65 here. Uh-oh, we're getting that artifact again. Let's save our work before we have problems, and we'll close that and do Premiere again. A reminder once more from Nightbot to come on over to the Country Fried Discord and share your work. Link included in the description. Pretty much all those enclosed printers are Core XY. Yeah, that makes sense. Can't sling the beds. It does seem like a superior way. You're moving like a lot less mass that way. I guess the risk of hitting the print is just as high. I don't know. I don't have personal experience with it, of course. What was that zoom? That zoom was 80, so we're going to go into a 100%. Boom. Full zoom there. Get that crotchal shot. We'll come back out to a 90 maybe. That's too much. Let's go down to 75. We'll go 60 here. I like these shots that show the hand positioning. And then here we want to do, I think we want to start at an 80 right here. Maybe even 100 actually. I want to get in on that palette, and then we're gonna have it zoom out slightly. Let's try 10% and see how that looks. Yeah, I like that a lot. Core XY is better, but Bed Slinger's cheaper. Yes. Yes, indeed. Let's cut this one to... how about a 90%? What was our last zoom point? This one ends in a 90. So we should maybe do a 95 here. And we'll come back out again right here. We'll do an 80.
And we'll come out again. We'll do a 69. And then here, we're going to keep coming further out. We're just going to drop it down to 50% is fine on that. We should, like, maybe embrace some of those. And let's do a 75 right here. This is an example of where, like, I probably should have cut the voice enough to talk about what's going on screen here, because we've blasted completely through all the glazing in of the blue. But you can see what's going on. And, you know, I've been watching a lot of Bill making stuff lately, and he does the whole, like, painting time is boring time, so it's story time. And you can see what he's doing. A picture's worth 1,000 words, so it speaks for itself. Let's do 100 here. We want them nips in there as much as possible. XY can help mitigate layer shifts and is usually faster printing. Oh, it's insane seeing the core XY. For most products, like say my Battletech terrain, you can get similar results. Once you include post-processing, the difference are even less noticeable. Yeah. Damn, Slink, have you bounced back like 200 biscuit coins? All right. I'm going to give you an offer, mister. And this could make or break you. Video skipping. Yep. Sure is. I think it's YouTube. Nope, I think it's YouTube. I've got about a 6% packet loss on the upstream. Not happy about it. Are you gonna bounce back? Or are you gonna bounce back video? Are you gonna bounce back? It's Netflix o'clock in Frisco. Yeah, because none of the ISPs like actually do infrastructure improvement. Comcast can't keep up with everybody using internets. Yeah, and they don't care either. They don't care at all. They do the bare minimum legally, and they also do, whatever illegal stuff they can get away with. It could be YouTube itself. I really, the moment I'm able to switch back to, they must have activated some kind of backup here, some kind of backup connection, because this is higher now than it's been the whole time. Let's do another packet loss test. All right, yeah, we got some late packets, but no loss anymore. All right, working fine. Yeah, it's, this is actually interesting to note here, sitting here and watching it happen. It does appear that Comcast has some kind of, like, maybe backup speed or something that they can enact when they need it. Which is, they should just always have it on, of course. If they were a company interested in offering the finest quality that they could, that's what they do. It's interesting to me that there's no billionaires out there who are interested in providing like the finest and cheapest ISP nationwide. I think that'd be
That'd be a really good thing to do. It's funny, as much as I hate Mr. Elon Musk, the whole Starlink idea is really good, but like, that man should have went in the direction of affordability, in my mind. But, you know, that's me thinking like a poor, of course. Anyhow, let's watch this back. Let's watch this back. Let's turn on the application audio source. Let's watch this thing back. I think we've already watched this bit back. How long is this if we were to watch that? 6 through 8. Yeah, we could do 2 minutes. That's fine. Let's make sure to save our work. Let's make sure this has a hard limiter on. It looks like everything's hunky-dory. Let's run it. Let's go big here. Boom. Okie day. With the priming and undercoats established, we'll move on into working up the skin tones. Today's project will utilize the colors found in this here WizKids Learn to Paint Flesh Tone set. We'll put out a few colors. 80.042 Parasite Brown is the darkest shade, up through 80.099 Cadmium Skin as a mid-tone, and finally highlighted to the brightest point with 80.003 Pale Flesh. With those tones chosen, we'll give them each a good old shaking quick ride on OniLab and then dribble a bit onto our wet palette along with a healthy amount of water. With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of I have to immediately interrupt myself. Where did I say a ride on OniLab? And finally highlighted to the brightest point with 80.003 Pale Flesh. With those tones chosen, we'll give them each a good old shaking quick ride on OniLab and then good old shaking quick ride on OniLab. Alright, so what I want to do is put a very transparent OniLab video over top of that. So let's find our where did I put that? Change this name, Stream Assets, StreamLabs Assets, new videos for loyalty points, large icons. If they were motivated by anything other than getting all the money from everyone, they wouldn't be billionaires. It's so funny to me in my mind that, like, companies out there, like, they increase their prices and, like, kind of lose sight on the idea of making their product more affordable, makes it more attractive to more people, and in the long run would net more profit. Once they're billion, they can diversify into cheap internet. Yeah, exactly. Then everybody love them. Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand. Like, you know, not to give folks who are like, full on libertarian mindset too much credit, but like, if a interested ultra rich party developed an ISP that had all over reach, but then also had like really good policies and great customer service and affordable prices, everybody would love it and everybody would use it. I just don't understand why it's not a thing. Okay, anyhow, what I want to do now is not to even approach dipping my toes into politics, because we don't do that here. Just pointing out that, like, the whole the idea of big companies doing the right thing is very attractive. They get a bunch of money from us poors for their good cheap internet. Yeah, and society as a whole would be like more productive for being more connected. All right, so good old shake quick right on. Yeah. We're gonna poach this section right here. Let me make sure that's muted so I'm not blasting your ears every time I scrub back and forth. All right, so what we want right here is this much. And then we want the transparency really low on this, I believe. Let's do it like 30%. Maybe we don't need the... Maybe we do need, like, the vibrating... Yeah, we'll do that right there. Boom. And what we want to do is maybe, like... maybe like a 1 second fade in, fade out on either end. So we can go from 0 to 30, and then, like, at the very end, we'll do the same deal. We'll go 0 to 30 in a 1 second spread. Pow. I want that in there. Let's watch that back. Can we go more than 30%? What if we did like a 40% opacity? All right, this needs to be scooted over a little bit like that. Yeah. Found a Pac-Man, Death Star, and Thingiverse posted in 3D printing. Rules of acquisition, long-term financial success and stability is not as important as short-term quarterly gain. Yeah, exactly. Infinite growth. 3D printing. Continue. Let's pop that this dangerous zip file that you just gave me open. Where did I even put that? I put that in 3D printing into miscellaneous, maybe? And we'll call it Death Star Pac-Man. Let's see this thing. Let's pop that open real quick. What have you sent me? What have you sent me here? Let's pop this open. What are we looking at? Nope. That's very silly. That's very, very silly. Absurd, even. So dangerous. Yeah, exactly. Much threat. Such Pac-Man. Mini Star Trek. Alright, what else did I want to do here? I kind of wanted to put the images of these three paints. Alright, so what do we need? We need Vallejo, Parasite Brown, images. Let's save image as bam, 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 bam. Open image in new tab. We'll do that, and then we'll do Vallejo cadmium skin. See if we have a nice. Does this store have cadmium skin? No, I'm not even gonna mess with this right now. We'll maybe put these in later. I don't want to steer off the path into editing images. We need a voiceover. So where were we? We got to right here. And we're going to continue playing it back and giving it a listen before we can move on forward. So let's unmute that and make this big and hit the go button. Brightest point with 80.003 pale flesh. With those tones chosen, we'll give them each a good old shaking quick ride on OniLab and then dribble a bit onto our wet palette along with a healthy amount of water.
With those paints mixed super thin, we'll move on to the application of the skin tones for our little pinup lady. This here aim of glazing was the original intent of this video, and is overall the technique that we're going to use today to really make some fine blends on the skin. Since our paints are thinned almost to the point of being washes themselves, we'll need to build them up in dozens and dozens of layers. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, the surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish, taking advantage fully of the underpainting by keeping all the individual layers of paint super translucent. So often we see YouTubers utilizing zenithal highlights and then blasting over that fine effect with opaque paints, effectively undoing any benefit that the shaded prime job would impart. We'll avoid that today by dipping our toesies into some serious glazing efforts, building up color where we want it, but also leaving those undertones showing where we need. Admittedly, this style of painting moves firmly into the territory of fine art, necessitating a developed understanding of light and shadow. I don't say this to dissuade you from trying your own hand at glazing down a sexy pinup model. Quite to the contrary, I'm here to encourage you to utilize your own artistic experience in painting up some minis outside the normal purview of GW formulaic all over edging.
All over edging. Okay, that works all right. Nate says you could just use a picture of your own bottles. It's not like they aren't right over there. It's not a bad idea. And then I can also put the green screen background where they actually like. I can crop out the background with the Ultra Key. So interestingly enough, as I'm sitting here listening to If I Had a Tail by Ingrid Witt and watching this voiceover, I kind of think that song fit what we were doing right here really well. And I'm going to pop that in right now while I'm thinking about it. Is it the right choice to completely music over our pinup episode with nothing but Ingrid Witt and Ava Lowe? I'm kind of thinking yes. All right, so we go assets, we go music, we go If I Had a Tail. If I had a tail, Yes. Slots 10. Oh yeah, you got to do at least 10 for the slots. 10 or more for slots. You got a cat in your pizza and your burger. See, it's a bad night when your cat gets between your pizza and your burger. Oh, that reminds me, how did my green screen work Monday? I was a bit working while you're importing my dumb sweaty face. I actually just ended up scrubbing it. I didn't really use the green. I didn't key it out, so I didn't actually try it as a green screen, to be fair. If I Had a Tail, there it is. Okay, I couldn't find it for some reason. So we're gonna stick to track 4 for music. And then I think what we need to do is drop this by 30 decibels. And then, okie day with the... Let's actually pause our music in the stream. Pause. And hit go on this. Priming and undercoats established, we'll move on into working up the skin tones. Today's project will utilize the colors found in this here WizKids Learn to Paint Flesh Tone set. Checking the balance.
We'll put out a few colors. 80.042 Parasite Brown is the darkest shade, up through 80.099 Cadmium Skin is a mid-tone, and finally highlighted to the brightest point with 80.003 Pale Flesh. With those tones chosen, we'll give them each a good old shaking quick ride on OniLab, and then dribble a bit onto our wet palette along with a healthy amount of...
Let's dip it over here and see how that goes.
Technique that we're going to use today to really make some fine blends.
Can we come up 5 decibels with it? I think we might be able to. Let's give that a go.
Blends on the skin. Since our paints are thinned almost to the point of being washes themselves, we'll need to build them up in dozens and dozens of layers. Though this is incredibly labor intensive, The surplus of strokes makes for a really fine finish, taking advantage fully of the underpainting by keeping all the individual layers of paint super translucent. So often we see YouTube. Okay, I mean, that seems like it's working to me. Necessitating a developed understanding of light and shadow. I don't say this to dissuade you from trying your own hand at glazing down a sexy pinup model. Quite to the contrary, I'm here to encourage you to utilize your own artistic experience in painting up some minis outside the normal purview of GW formulaic all-over edging. I have managed to end every single one of those clips with a breath, an inward breath. It's remarkable, actually. Let's cut this off right here, pal. Get rid of that breath. There's another one on the end of the other clip back here, right here. Let's clip that and get rid of that inhale. No, I deleted too much. There we go. Save our progress. I think that works. Y'all got a bit of a lowered volume. I've got an additional -3 decibels on the out track for that. But one thing I noticed in a lot of Country Fried Minis content is the whole, like, it'll sound fine in my headphones, but then I'll play it back on the phone and, like, cannot hear the music at all in certain segments. Anyhow, let's get back at it. The music distraction is fine. I think what we need to do here now is to cut down these clips, and then start on another segment of voiceovering. See if we can make some actual progress. I mean, we've got a fair bit done today, right? Not really. Really not really at all. Is this where it starts? No, we started right here. So 542 through 806. So it's like a minute. It's like 90 seconds of voiceover done per hour. I'm definitely gonna need to do some work on my own off of stream to kind of get back on schedule. But that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's not like the YouTube algorithm wants you to work 18 hours a day every day. No, that's not a thing. We're gonna do the zoom out again, I think, right here. Boop, boop. Let's come out 5% on that one. And then we're just gonna pick random numbers, basically. Gonna go in 65%. This next one will be 75%. This next one will be 55%. Why is this scrolling instead of zooming? There we go. This one actually needs to be... I think that's fine. We'll roll with it. We'll go back up to 70% there. Pick this one. You're right. The algorithm demands 36 hours. It's 9 days away. It's true. It's true. Honestly, the ideal for ideal growth on your channel, you need to be putting a video out every week, every single week at the same time. And it's completely unsustainable, and I think that bigger channels that hit the point where they can do that only manage to do so due to being big enough to hire editors, and like that's a pipe dream. Honestly, I don't think even if Country Fried Minis gets to the point where like this is sustainably profitable for me, I do not think I want to go there. The videos themselves are a one-man operation, with the influence of chat. And I think we got a good thing going here together as a community. I hope to retain that as the channel finds more and more success. Let's do a 75 here. Let's do a 60 here. Let's do a unmodified 50%. That's a really good shot right there. The hands, the grip. All right, we're gonna do the same similar thing here, mixing in the new colors. We're gonna start this at, I don't know, fucking 85%. Actually, that's not good because you can't really see what's going on. Let's try a 55. Yeah, you need to see the hand dipping into the stuff here. In fact, we can move this like so, and then we'll have it zoom in 10%. We'll go 65 on that pound. How's that zoom look? At least you aren't a trucker. They generally work 70 hours in their 8-day week. Not a typo, an 8-day week. Yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned that, Nate. When I was younger, when I was like 18, 19, I had envisioned becoming a trucker. Just because I've always really enjoyed, I've really enjoyed long drives. Long hours on the open road are great. Big fan, actually. But I feel like putting that level of responsibility on me would lead to disaster. So I ended up not going down that route. Also, life got in the way a little bit. Let's do a 90 here. Is this video just like an excuse to flash a nude model on the screen hundreds of times? No, but that's kind of what has happened a little bit. Let's see, this goes from 90 to 80 to 100, so we need to come back down to like 75 maybe? I don't want to do huge jumps between like 100 and 150. But we can come back down to... Actually, let's leave that... How far is this jump? 75 down to 50? Yeah, I like this shot. This is another good one. Showing the way the model's being held. Showing that I'm bracing against not only the model, but my own hand in a multiple point contact. And then we're going to come in 65 here. Okay. Let's work on the next bit of voiceover. So where did our script end last time? Formulaic all over edging. Okay. All right. Typically, this is the part of the video that's going to be a little more serious. We're going to be talking about the painting and the techniques getting utilized here. So we'll say typically the way to achieve your highlights and shadows on a model follow a pretty simple dark to light layered application wherein you have great control over hard edges of light and shadow. This way, generally... Oh. It's so thick.
So thick.
Iron Elemental donated a $10.85 super chat. Howdy yell. Goidy Morgan open mouth smile.
Goody Morgan, open mouth smile. Well, thank you, Iron Elemental, for the generous donation. Thank you so much. We're working on voiceovers, having earnest conversations about 3D printers and layering, and not as many sex jokes as I thought we were going to do. Goody morning to you as well, Mr. Mental. Yes. Nightbot reminding folks that chatters can spend their biscuit coins at the CFM loyalty store on stuff like this. Okay, typically the way to achieve your highlights and shadows on a model follow a pretty simple dark to light layered application, wherein you have great control over the hard edges of light and shadow. This way generally sticks to a bottom-up approach with smaller patches of brighter tones applied in a, it's not a reductive, in a reducing pattern of smaller and smaller points applied to the higher edges. To get more detail God, can I fat finger every key? Jeez. Oh man, if I could just type. To get more detail in your layering requires more layers of lessened gradation between individual tones. Diminishing? Where's diminishing? How far back are you? Diminishing? Reducing pattern. Diminishing? Yes, I see it. Diminishing. More layers of lessened gradation between individual tones. We're gonna make an asset for this. Image. Resize. 1920. Do not maintain aspect ratio. 1080. Boo. Reducing. Yes. What color would provide contrast to the background? I think we could do like let's do a color wheel contrast calculator. All right, let's pick like a fleshy tone here. Fleshy tone. So we want like a blue teal. I think. Maybe not complementary. Let's see if we could do a let's see. You get away with a, no, I think opposite color wheel is probably the way to do it. Though the background is a bit blue. It's fine though. We'll make it work. Basically what I want to do is Bam, 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 bam. We're gonna do a new image. We're gonna make it like, I don't know, 400 wide. And we're gonna fill this with blue. I'm gonna fill it with dark blue. Now, deselect. Okay. And now what we're gonna do here, let's see, 600, we're gonna do some filled shapes of reducing blue, brighter blue. And then we'll go deselect and we'll go brighter blue. And then we'll go brighter blue. Deselect, and then we do this. Like that. Bow. What? A hue image? Get the name. Yes. Alright, so we're gonna pop this in here like that. And we'll do I think I want to do the hand-drawn feel on this. So let's pop down a layer underneath and we're gonna fill it black so we can see what we're doing here. And then we'll do a new layer over top. Alright. We're gonna do bam, 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 5. Let's do we'll do handwritten because I like the aesthetic. Let's do shade 2. Shade. Oh my goodness. This is a skill to master. Shade 1. Base. Base tone. Whoa, this is painful. And we'll do highlight 1. Highlight 1. Here we go. Highlight 1. And we do that, and we do a little squiggly boo at the bottom. Highlight 1. If you're gonna call it a hue image in the video, can you put the Nate bot as a watermark in the blue? A hue image? Am I calling it a hue image? Where is our hue? Nate hue. Alright, so if I take this and I put it over top, it needs to be really, really subtle. It's got to be really subtle here. Keep canvas size. Let's try to get it the exact size here too. that. I don't hate this plan. Alright, and then what we want to do, I think, is we put a multiply over top, and then we're going to reduce the opacity, really. Just for no reason whatsoever. For no reason whatsoever. Additive, maybe? Color burn. Color dodge. Reflect. Glow. Overlay. Lighten. Darken. Ooh, that I think that one's it right there. I think it's where we're at. Oh no, we lose a little bit up top. Do we want the color burn? I think we might want the color burn. I think we might want the color burn. Maybe not. Additive, multiply. Multiply with a low opacity. Oh, you're 69, of course. Boom. 69% opacity with a multiply. That's not actually percent. I think it goes to 255. It is very subtle. It is 100% going to be lost on people, and I am fine with this. Why is it there? Because the additive looked good. Additive. Let's zoom this out to where it's like, I think the additive itself looks good, but I think the problem is it needs to be blue. It's got to be blue. It needs to remain blue because we're trying to show blue here. Should grayscale the image first. Okay. Where's my grayscale? Black and white. Pow. Copy. Alright, and then we get this sized the same. Oops. Gotta hold shift. We want to make sure this is nice and lined up by holding shift. There we go. Alright, and then we line it up to the bottom of the image, and then we shall cut this and paste it in right there. Yes, that was the call. Yes, take all the color out of me, exactly. The additive looks good, and now the additive looks perfect because we have that feel, but it's blue. It's all blue. All right. Very nice suggestions. And we're going to go highlight 2. Highlight 2. Damn, this track is going in there too. I think we are indeed going to music over the entirety of the Thitania video with Ava Lowe and Ingrid Witt. Of course, the sexiest music. Why wouldn't we? Okay, so what we need to do here is add in 2 more layers to each color. So what we want to do, I think, to achieve this, I already done sweated out all my waters. Take my colors too. Imagine if you sweated out your colors. We're gonna add 2 more layers to each of these. Deselect, and then we go like here, and we do this. Yeah. We're gonna select this color. And we're gonna come down a bit here. And we're gonna go rectangle. Select this color. Come down a little bit. Put this in right here. There we go. Deselect. We want this one, and we come in a little bit more that way and a little bit down this way. We want this color, and we want to shift that a little bit more towards this right here. Oh, fuck. I know where I screwed up. We want to select this tone and bring down the green slider is what it was. Yeah, there we go. And then we select this color and we bring down the green slider. And we can take this tone one more time and bring down the green slider some. And pop it in right here. Ooh, that's indistinguishable. There we go. Yeah, you see, and you can see the difference like really clearly. So we'll select this. And what we want to do is add this in right here. Oh, shite. Let's see. We'll just get it in a similar setup. And then we'll do something a little different here than the other one. Well, for one, we want to copy our Nate face and get it in place as well. On both of them, of course. And we'll do something like... we want white, and then we want... shade. Tones. Shade tones. Oh my god, what's going on over here? Gamble, gamble, gamble? There's so much gambling. There's so much gambling. I called this bass tone. Bass. Bass tone. There we go. And then we'll call this one highlight tones. Highlight tones. I love the like ridiculous unskilled nature of the paintings here. All right, so we'll do that, boom, and we're going to save this as a PNG, and we're going to call this layer depth resource. Boom. And I'm actually going to post this to the Discord.
for people to have as well. What do you go? Hobby corner? In-stream asset for those of y'all who wants it. it's it's so dumb. I love it. Oh my goodness. Make all the coins you stole. Oh. Make back all the coins I stole from you, eh? Oh. Flip a coin. Why is it doing this to you, my man? Why? Why is this doing it to you? It's so much. It's so much. Okay, where were we at? I've lost complete track of what we were doing. Okay, we're in here. We're looking for the section where I'm saying... I haven't even recorded this yet, have I? I haven't even recorded this part. I've already made an asset, so I'm ahead asset-wise. To get more detail in your layering requires more layers to lessen gradation between individual tones. With each step closer to the last. What is this thumbnail sorcery? Is Thitania trying to get electrocuted? What? No. She's making coffee. What are you talking about? Trying to get electrocuted. Where did I save those? Duel. I shall accept. Accept. She'd had enough of your espresso, sir. Let's test fate. Oh, yes. As it should be. You know, every time I've challenged you to a duel, it's to get you to have more points. Here, let's open up this is the generation that I got. This is Microsoft Designer. I like that they got the feather in the hair and then the thing on the forehead, which is like surprisingly accurate. But here's the ones I got from before. Female redheaded barbarian, but she works at a drive-through coffee shop. This one's fun because she's got 3 hands there. This one, for some reason, she's outside the espresso machine. The espresso machine is outside the drive-through. This one, she's just getting coffee at the drive-through. And this is what we went for. For some reason, the word Thitania triggers Microsoft Designer. So I have to say female redheaded barbarian to get it to do it. Give me 1,000 points, please. You got it. Add points. Technor TN 1000. Holy shit. Add points is on cooldown. You only got 1,000, not a double down. Double dipper. There were some other fun ones in there. They went kind of Disney with this one, or Pixar, whatever it is. Same thing. She's editing her own video. Now, I want to note here that the designer got the same character with the same details on both spots, and that's really impressive. Designer's really good. Yeah, we got some fun ones in there. And I do that on phone. Well, you can't gamble 2,000. You have to slots 2,000. Gamble only works 1 to 9. For the bigger amounts, you got to risk them with the slots. You got pizza, poop, orangutan. Which each step closer to the last in tonality. Good emojis though. Yeah, the full here. Okay, pull them up. I think I've shown them before. StreamLabs. Where is our full set of emojis? How do I do that? It's in the CloudBot. It's in commands, and then I should be able to edit slots. Where's our slots? Slots. Edit. No. Where's it at? Betting, giveaways, polls, variables, settings. I don't know where it's at now. Oh, here it is. Slots minigame, preferences, emotes. So all the emotes you can get. We got cat, dog, orangutan, burger, hot dog, pizza, poop 100, and skulls. So the combos, the odds on the slots are really bad. But any combination of food doubles your input. So you got a pretty good chance of 3 food items doubles your coins. 3 dogs or 3 cats triples your input. 3 poops 5 times it. 3 orangutans gives you 10 times what you put in, and if you get 3 100s, you get the jackpot at 25x. Of course, I've never seen anyone hit it, but it's a possibility. You can up to 25x your input. Let's do that. Bam. In seeking a smooth, what's your points sitting at? Give me points. I'm running low and want to waste them. Add points, Nathan. 1,000. Did that actually work? You can also check it on the StreamLabs page. If you go to the CloudBot, I'll post the link again in here. Yeah, you can either exclamation point points, or you can go to the link here and see everybody's ranking live. For some reason, it's not showing up live. Yeah, you can also see live chat here on the points page. And then all these are clickable immediately.
And a double helping of gravy.
Yeah. And seeking a smooth blend through the use of opaque traditional layering. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. How do you only have 64 biscuit coins? This can't stand. No way. No way. No fucking way. No fucking way. You just hit the jackpot with your last coins. Oh my god. That's yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. It works. 1,600. What is that in minutes? So a reminder, everyone who participates in chats gets given 5 coins every 5 minutes. A coin per minute. So what's 1,600 minutes to hours? Let's see. I have to use a calculator for this because I'm dumb. That's 26 and a third hours. 26 hours of content to achieve that. Slink, how? Wait, what? Are the points broken? What? Hold on, what is happening here? Oh, you risked. You did them all. Oh no. God. Accept. I lost it in slots. Yes, yes. All right, how do I add? There should be a way to do. Man, that Urban Mech flyover sounds awesome in headphones. Let's see. StreamLabs. There should be a way to give everybody in chat right now points. I'm pretty sure it's a command. Let's find that really quick.
So thick.
Iron Elemental donated a $10.85 super chat. Woot. Congratulations, Technowatien.
Wow, thank you for the generous donation, and of course, agreed. It is a woot for sure. But what we do here is we go here, and we say, and we go like this. And we go, and then we do, yep, and then we do this one. Just like that. How does that oh, I missed that for a second. Hold on a sec. You said, how does that lady pronounce what emoji? The vomit emoji. I don't know. Add points all. I don't know how it works, but I can.
Country Fried Minis donated a $2 super chat. Orangutan, 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 hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, black cat, pizza, pizza, pizza man, vampire man, vampire man, vampire.
Yes, yes, yes. Do this. It really does forget that you're there in chat. I don't understand why it forgets so quick. Whatever the text version is. Oh yeah, the vomit emoji. Do we have a vomit emoji? It might not be in. Oh, now I can add points. Add points. Tech. Noir 10. Boom. It just like it forgets you're there in like a few seconds. And then we can also do, let's do this. Let's make things right. What is that? What is that? Okay, there is a vomit. There is a queasy. Let's find out, Emery. Let's find out. What is that emote called, though? The one, this one. Is it this? No, those are two different ones. Interesting. I can't find that emoji you just posted. Where's it at? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Okay. So what we do is we go back in here. I'll do another one. We do we do that, and then we do and then we do and then we do and then we do this. And we'll send that. Half frozen watermelon, 2 colds. I'll say. Let's see what this says. I get the Wayne fleas. Yes, yes, yes.
So thick.
Country Fried Minis donated a $2 super chat. Hamburger, 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 ramen, 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 tropical drink, tropical drink, tropical drink, nauseated face, nauseated face, nauseated face, face vomiting, face vomiting, face vomiting.
Nauseated face and face vomiting. Like Iron Tania done crawled into my mouth. Oh my god, now that is a reference. Alright, y'all. How do you even eat that? With an ice pick? Yeah, exactly. It's just ice cubes at that point. Okay, y'all. I think we've hit the point of just like being completely distracted. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna call this stream. We want to hit that 3-hour mark and not go too far over. We're gonna be back tomorrow at the early day time. So let's pull up the Country Fried Minis calendar. So a reminder, you can go to the website and click calendar, and then you'll see where we're sitting at. And tomorrow we're going to be doing a Saturday session, the second episode of Saturday Sessions. It's going to be noon to 3 PST, so 6 hours earlier than normal. It'll be a daytime stream. We might run that one a little late. I really do want to get the Thitania video out soon, but if we can't finish it up by this weekend, I do have another one scheduled for Monday. That said, we're aiming to get Thitania done and out before next Friday. And we're going to jump into next Friday. We're going to be jumping into editing stream on the first Orloff Grenadiers, which are, if y'all recall, are these mechs right here.
So thick.
So thick.
TechnoTN donated a $2 super chat. Scorpion, 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 SCLORPION, Scorpion, 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 Scorpion.
What? Did she? I think you just got robbed there, mister. Dude, does she? Is it the capital letters? We're about to find out. We're about to find out. Now I figure she wouldn't say nonsense. She don't even try. NULN oil.
So thick.
Country Fried Minis donated a $2 super chat. Scorpion.
It is the caps. It is the caps. Scorpion. Scorpion is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. Right up there with Deep Freeze. I want to thank y'all for stopping through today. This has been a ton of fun. As we head out, Nightbot reminding folks that you can get commission painting by me over at fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. You can end up with a set like this, painted up on stream and then turn into video. But also a reminder to folks out there that the best way to financially support the channel is to join up on Patreon. I think it's as little as $3 a month over there, and you'll get your name in the credits. We'll eventually have some stuff up there, but admittedly, the Patreon is not for the content. It's not for bonus content so much as an avenue for y'all to tip me and provide a little bit of financial support to keep this thing going. It is thanks to viewers like you that this thing is even possible. And a huge thanks to everyone out there who has contributed. Of course, you don't have to contribute money to support the channel. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff, you know, the YouTube stuff. But I think we've hit the 3-hour mark, and that's all we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna dip over to the Country Fried Minis Discord. If anybody wants to swing through and hang out and chat and play video games, that's what we usually do after these streams. And I'll be back tomorrow in about 15 hours. So we'll get some more of this in tomorrow.
Thank y'all so much for joining me. As always, I want y'all to remember to be happy while you're painting, and to know that it's your participation here in this community that makes me happy while I'm painting. Anyhow, that's all I got. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Will butter my biscuits.
I am the cream, yeah, the cream of the crop, and there is no one that does it better